Dreams, determination and the honor of representing India on a global stage. Well, that's what brings our guests together today on Zoom. Well, joining us today is Avni Gupta, who is Miss Diva Supranational 2025 and is going to represent India at Miss Supranational 2026. And I also have with me Mr. Abel Biju, who is Mr. India Supranational 2026 and is going to represent India at Mr. Supranational 2026. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
So, from chasing careers in corporate finance and banking to now wearing the sash, and now you're going to represent India at the global platform. How does it feel? How has the journey been like?
I would say in one word, it has been transformational. Coming from a background where I used to crunch numbers, I was in front of the laptop doing a 9-to-5 job, to the pageant world, to experiencing something that I had never before. But at the end of the day, I realized that it has really transformed me and I have learned a lot about myself. So this journey is one of the most important phases of my life and I think I'll remember it.
Okay, that's
forever.
wonderful. What about you, Abel?
I mean, that is something I can also relate because I used to work as a banker before, and ever since then, winning Mr. India and my life changed overnight. And I'm so happy and excited because it is a training for life, and it does not stop here or it does not stop when we go. It continues after the pageant as well. So I'm super excited and I'm happy and I'm grateful to have these opportunities.
Okay, so before the crowns and titles, who were exactly Avni and Abel, और life कैसी थी तब, और तब कभी ऐसे सोचा था कि इंडिया को internationally represent करने का मौका मिलेगा and all eyes are going to be on you guys?
Actually, for my case, I had this dream since childhood and I had to represent India on an international platform. So I had this thing in my mind, and since childhood I used to do my ram walk practices with my mother because my mother also wanted to once be a Miss India, to represent India on a global platform. But life took her to a different turn, and then I think through my journey I'm carrying a piece of that dream with myself. And as you asked that who was Avni before this pageant journey, I would say I was really different. When I think about myself last year to this year, drastic difference honestly. I was a 9-to-5 corporate. I used to do a 9-to-5 corporate job. I used to be in front of the laptop, never in front of the camera. But now the environment has changed, but I'm enjoying it all.
What about you, Abel?
I mean, I was...
Who is Abel in Kerala?
Yeah, like what I said before, I used to work in a bank, and before that, ever since I was a kid, I never dreamed of anything else. Like in any other schoolboy, I was always into sports, and when I used to travel with my mom, I always used to see all these banners of actors and actresses, and I was very curious about that. Even I used to ask my mom, like, how can I become like that? So then, like any other Indian parent, my mother wanted me to have a secure job. And I think during, while working in the bank only, my friend sent me this application of Mr. India. And I still remember I never knew about pageant. I used to say pageant. So everything was new for me. And the transformation is actually incredible. So I'm happy for my international pageant as well. So I'm excited to meet all these people from across the world and share different stories and cultures. So it's the same Abel, but I mean the training has given
definitely transformed both of you, and I can see that. So whenever I see your social media handle as well, I see a lot of family postings, and I get to know that one thing that is common in both of you is that both of you are very, very connected to your roots, your family. You've spoken about your mom and sister. You've also spoken about your mother a lot. So do you think family support really, really matters a lot in winning any kind of pageant? And now you're going to represent India on a global platform. So how the motivation has been from the family for both of you?
I mean, my mother is my biggest supporter, and even after right after this interview, her message will be up in my WhatsApp because she will be asking me how was the interview, and that is the kind of support I think every parents give to their daughters and their sons. So my mother is my biggest supporter, and as well as my grandmother, because my mother went to Italy when we were kids to
Yes.
support us. So it was my grandmother who looked after me. So I feel like there is a lot of women empowerment in my life. So
Absolutely.
so I'm happy, and that's it. Thank you.
What about you, Avni?
Well, I come from a very supportive family. I was the one who was really scared of telling them that how will they feel that I'm switching my profession overall from corporate to the glamour world. But they were so supportive, and in fact, my father, he loves seeing my pictures, and if I am not active on social media, he makes sure that he puts a status of my picture supporting India. Every day he has to post a WhatsApp status for sure. So that's the kind of love and support that I get from my parents, my elder sister, always making sure that my spirits are up, I am energetic,
And very
I'm motivated. Exactly, I'm motivated for the pageant, and they're always available for me. And the fact that, during this journey we are having a lot of training, grooming, everything, so many things are going on right now, but they understand that I might have not time all the time, but they still keep calling me that, do you have time, can you talk to me for like 5 minutes?
That's so sweet, and of course family wants to be connected. I'm so glad they're a part of your journeys, and families do shape up our dreams that turn into realities, jo humne dekha bhi. So again, talking about the training, Avni, that you mentioned, training, grooming, there's been a lot of intensive training jo abhi ho rahi hai. So all those mentors who have trained you, one advice or one piece of suggestion that you are following, one tip you are following that has stayed with you, और वो जब आप internationally भी represent करेंगे तो वो भी आप याद रखेंगे. What is that?
I would say when you actually contest for something, we get nervous, we get anxious sometimes, and when I know that the whole world is watching me, the entire India, so many people have expectations, it can really affect your mind sometimes. So one of the advices that I got was, when you are on the stage, forget everything. Just imagine
who said that?
Many of my mentors have said
okay.
this because I share that experience that, oh my god, I'm nervous when I'm on the stage, I will have so many cameras in front of me, the entire India, the world would be watching me.
And who are those mentors?
So one of them is Miss Rosina Mehra, who is my communication coach. She has taught me a lot when it comes to delivery. And my Rambo coach, Miss Alicia Raut, I have shared with them how sometimes I was nervous and anxious as to when I'll be on the stage and so many cameras will be in front of me. So how should I tackle with my mindset? And they just told me that forget everything, just enjoy the moment and think that you're already the winner. And I think that's a mindset that would really help me on the stage to just give my best.
All right. What about you, Abel?
I think many mentors have told me one thing, that you just have to be yourself, that's it. And you just have to have that confidence to be yourself, because I feel everyone else in the world is taken. So my mentors have collectively told me to have that confidence to stage in front of the camera and just open out what comes from the heart. So that was my mentor's advice. And even more than that, I feel they always treated like me as a part of their family. So which I never felt alone. I never felt I was alone in Mumbai. So that was the advice they gave me.
All right,
that
so
I always have someone to back me up.
Okay, that's a sign of a good mentor, and I'm so glad to hear this from you. All right, so Abel and Avni, whenever we are on a journey, we are in a process, and especially now, when you won Miss Diva Supranational 2025 and you won Mr. India Supranational 2026, every journey requires a sacrifice. We say that no gain without pain. So in your journey, in terms of, I would say, diet, or in terms of your own discipline, or probably anything of that sort, anything that you had to give up or be very disciplined about, or right now that you're following for the international preparation, what is that?
I mean, of course, there is a schedule and a diet that we are following, and I think the most important part is stepping out of your comfort zone. And me
Yes.
coming from Kerala and Mumbai, it's a big city, it's a city of dreams. I mean, people say it's a New York of, it's like a New York, it's
So
Mumbai.
you were an introvert before and now you're an extrovert, do I say that?
No, it is like, it kind of opened me up to be in a new situation. Like I said, it actually made me step out from my comfort zone. So I feel, yes, there are challenges and there are things that we have to face in our life, but all these trainings, like I said before, it's something that, you know, give us a lifetime opportunity to use it in our entire life. So that's...
So stepping out of comfort zone is really tough, and I'm glad you did that.
Thank you.
And again, what about you, Avni? Anything that you had to probably come out of your comfort zone or sacrifice or leave behind in this journey?
I would say for me, actually, I won't call them as sacrifices, because this is something that I've been wanting to do since childhood. So for me, it's not really sacrifices, because I really wanted it to do. So whether it is leaving my job or stepping out of my comfort zone, I've never been to Mumbai before, and neither I had any family member nor a friend here, so everyone was new to me. But happily, I found a safe space, good people. I met people who I could share my problems and everything, so it has been good. Apart from that, one sacrifice, I'm a big sweet tooth, so I love waffles, so I had to sacrifice it for my pageant.
So Avni, yes, as you said about winning, and we are keeping our fingers crossed.
That's true.
Yes, I can see that. Okay, being good looking, having a good personality and everything, but I think a pageant requires much more, and both of you are quite active in your individual advocacies for the Ground Up initiative, whether it's Show Up or Beyond Sight, Beyond Limits. So I want both of you to tell us something about that. And in fact, I saw on your social media handle also, you posted a couple of pictures. I think that was from your initiative. So I want you to tell us about that and how the idea came into picture.
So my initiative Show Up, it is very personal to me, because the inspiration behind it was my grandmother. So like I said, me and my grandmother, we used to have that special bond. You know how grandparents are, they will keep sweets aside for you, and they'll give pocket money when nobody is watching around. So one day I was here during training. My grandmother called me up and she told me that she's feeling lonely. So she said to me that she would rather move to an old age home, not just because of care, but nobody was around her. So that moment kind of changed me completely, because that's where the idea of Show Up came up. So my goal was very simple, to spend more time with elderly people and make sure that nobody in this world should ever feel lonely again. And that's how my idea of my project started.
And that's a very wonderful initiative, because a lot of people do struggle with loneliness, especially at later years in their life. And I'm glad that this is a wonderful initiative. And what about you, Avni? How did the idea for Beyond Sight, Beyond Limits came into picture?
So back in college, one day I went with my friends to write an exam for a visually impaired children, and I clearly remember the day that I went there, and I just didn't write the exam, but I had a lot of conversations with them, and I actually made a friend whom I still talk to right now. His name is Shubham. He's currently in his 12th grade.
Okay.
And after the exam was over, something that really touched me was I was guiding those children from their exam hall to the classroom. And to my surprise, they knew exactly the number of steps from the classroom to from the exam hall to the classroom, the number of stairs, and that really touched me, that something which is very normal, that we don't even pay attention to, was something that they had in mind, that they had to learn. And from that I realized that they have a lot of talent, they have a lot of ambition in life, but I thought that they don't have the proper guidance for that. And this is how I started my initiative, Beyond Sight, Beyond Limits, where I provide career guidance, career counseling, mobility support. I've collaborated with NGOs to provide reflective safety jackets for them, so that they have proper visibility when they are on the road. So this has been my initiative, and through the platform of Miss Supranational, I want to expand those horizons. I want to reach out to as many people as possible because I started from Agra, then I went to Delhi, and now I have also started my initiative. I've been doing campaigns in Mumbai, so I wish through Miss Supranational I'll be able to take it even globally.
All right, that's quite a wonderful story, and I'm so glad that you're still connected with Shubham, and I'm sure everybody right now is rooting for both of you to win the titles, and so am I. So again, talking about the international pageant, Mr. and Miss Supranational 2026, which is going to be there in Poland, and I can see the excitement, I can sense the preparation, the intensive training programs that you're undergoing. So again, जहाँ पर बहुत सारे countries के लोग आएंगे, you know, representing their cultural and heritage, and you know you're going to represent India. So कोई ऐसी दो तीन चीज़ें जो आप भी वहाँ पर you know convey करना चाहेंगे, आप बताना चाहेंगे, कहते हैं ना everybody carries their own identity of the country whenever we go outside, तो वो क्या होंगी?
India is known for its hospitality, Atithi Devo Bhava. So I want to make sure that people actually get to feel and experience that warmth and hospitality that India is known for.
Right.
And if there are 70 countries, I will make sure that I talk to all the 70 delegates, and not even the delegates, I'm saying the organization, the chaperones, everyone. I want to talk to them. I want to let them know India, so that after talking to me, they want to come back. They want to come back to India with me.
And these are very important points. Okay.
And the food. I would tell them about the food that we have in India and how important it is for them to try it. Okay. So I just want to make sure that after listening to me, they would want to visit India once.
Okay, these are very good points, and I think I buy those points. Okay, what about you?
Same, I feel India is a land of diversities. Like every few hundred kilometers, the food changes, the language changes. So I think that actually teaches us to respect people who are not like us. So that's what when I go there, when I see all these people who come from different countries, but yet even if they are from different countries, I would love to share our culture, our tradition, and like what Avni said, I would like to bring them back to India and make sure that they don't just visit India, they should experience the India that we know. And more than that, I want to let them know that there is someone out here to take them around and show how really the India is, and I'll make sure that they'll have the most handsome tour guide in India.
Okay, that's quite honest. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you one question and treat it as your winning question at Mr. and Miss Supranational 2026. So you have 24 hours and you have to bring about 3 changes in your respective country, I mean in India. What would those 3 changes be?
I feel first, I'll make food free, because there are people who is fighting for food, and education as well, because there are places where people are lacking education. And last but not the least, it is personal. Since I used to work in the bank, we have 6 days of week work, like 6 working days. So I'll make it 5-day banking, even though it is in process, but I'll kind of fasten the process up and let me give that will be a gesture to all banking employees out there.
And so all your banker friends, if they watch this, they are going to be very happy.
Right.
Okay,
I mean, of course, the banking is my bank, which is Federal. I used to work with Federal Bank, so they are very supportive, and they are in fact given me. I'm actually on my sabbatical leave. I have not resigned my job.
Okay.
So they have that supportive. So I think I should do at least that for them.
Something for your organization.
Yeah, right.
All right. Okay. What about you, Avni?
Coming from a finance background, I feel that the education system should be a little more specific to financial education, because it is very important. Once you start earning, you need to know how to handle your finances.
Managing
so I feel during school, it is very important that we have that in our curriculum. So I would like to implement that for sure. Second would be to have strict measures for the environment, because every year after Diwali, someone being a Delite, I know how the air index is during that time. So I would want strict measures regarding the environment safety, and stricter laws for women's safety.
Okay, very good points. And I don't have the sash and the crown right now, else I would have given it to you. But those were
So
brilliant
sweet.
answers. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that we win because the answers are lovely, and that's the reason both of you are winners right now. So now moving on to my favorite segment, which is the rapid fire segment. So the question is, if your younger self could see you today, what do you think she or he would say?
My younger self would be proud of me, first of all, and she would be really happy with my makeup skills now.
All right. Okay. What about you, Abel?
I would say that you are the right place. I mean, you are at the right time,
Right time.
and at the right place as well. So just keep on moving and just keep on do what you are doing actually.
Okay. Next is, what's something people assume about you that's completely wrong?
So my resting face comes off as if I'm a little unapproachable, and people have actually told me that the first time I met you, you were not interested in the conversation, but it's not like that. I love talking to people and I'm very approachable.
Okay, what about you, Abel?
I think people do think that I'm a little shy, but once they get to know me, they know that I'm kind of, there is a mischievous side of me. So
Okay, now even I know that. Okay, so one habit that keeps you disciplined always.
I feel that whenever I have too many thoughts in my mind, I write it down. So I carry a diary with me every time, and whenever I'm confused or I have too many thoughts in my mind, I just write it down, and it really helps me to manage my time and be disciplined.
I think waking up early and reading my Bible, because I have been doing that for the past 6-7 years. So I think reading Bible makes me feel that I'm always under protection of God.
So one word that describes India.
Energetic.
Okay.
Ethereal.
What keeps you grounded despite the glamour?
I think being yourself and having the normal schedule that you had before, talking to your friends and being the same guy before you, who you were before you win the title. I think that's what makes all of us grounded, and I think that's what everyone should follow.
Absolutely, everyone should follow. So imagine you're at Miss Supranational and Mr. Supranational and you have won. So what's the first thought that will cross your mind at that time?
We did it, India. Chak de fatte.
That was good. Okay.
I mean, I'll be thanking my supporters, and especially I'll be thanking God first for giving me the opportunity, and of course my mother, who has been my biggest supporter ever, and to the organization, the Times Group, who has supported us and trained us. So I think I'll be sharing my victory speech and mentioning all my names, and I hope that I don't forget I don't miss out anybody's name. Yeah. So that's.
So tayari puri pakki hai, which I can see. Okay, so the last question for the rapid fire before we wind up. One message to all the young aspirants who aspire to become Miss Diva Supranational or Mr. India Supranational or be a part of pageantry. What would the message from both of you will be?
To everyone who is watching me right now, I just want to say that I also come from a simple background. Being the first in my family to enter into pageantry, I knew nothing about this field. But now when I see myself wearing this crown and being called India on a global platform, I just have gratitude and a lot of trust in myself that I had the courage to step out of my comfort zone, and I did what I really wanted to do. So if you have big dreams, just have the courage to step out of your comfort zone and chase those dreams.
Lovely. What about you, Abel?
I feel I would like to take the words from Paulo Coelho. Like, if you have a passion and if you really work hard for it, the world will conspire you to achieve it. That's what the one message I would like to give to the world, because from being a banker to represent India now, it's of course the title comes with the responsibility, but I'm happy for what God has given me, and I just want everyone to follow their passion and work hard irrespective of anything. So I'm here to prove that you don't need to have a perfect background to have an extraordinary success. Thank you.
Well, that was a lovely answer. So Avni and Abel, thank you so much for talking to us. Your journeys are definitely inspiring, and we wish you all the very best for
Thank you.
Miss and Mr. Supranational 2026. We are cheering for you and we hope that you make India proud. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Neha. Thank you for having us here.
Hi everyone, so watch the live telecast of Miss and Mr. Supranational on the 31st of July and 1st of August on Zoom TV at 11:30 p.m. See you all there.